So we're entering the crazy festive period out in the Premier League, and today we're going to start a whole bunch of videos taking a look at each and every one of the Premier League clubs and do a buy, keep or sell and kind of evaluate their team, their squad, and maybe look for areas that they should strengthen. Today we're going to open it up with the Gunners. It is Arsenal. Let's roll it. Go. That's right, folks, back once again with a buy, keep or sell video with Arsenal, the focus, and we'll get to that in just a second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, and of course Premier League related. World football related, we're all here under one roof. Now, before we go, full disclosure, not an Arsenal fan at all. I actually support Blackburn Rovers if you didn't get it from the channel, but we do look at Premier League because, you know, it's an amazing division that we once used to win. We've got a trophy back at home in the cabinet. But yeah, we're going to take a look at each one of the Premier Leagues. Today only, though, we're going to take a look at these boys. It is Arsenal. We're going to go through each and every one of the majority of the first team players. Obviously, the fringe guy, the youngsters, we're not going to take a look at those too much. One or two might have crept in there, but going to go through them all and suggest who I think you should get rid of and who you should keep, and then maybe a couple of suggestions for some signings. So we're going to kick it all off right here with Socrates. That's right. What's his actual name? If I could, Socrates Papadopoulos. Seems to be forever present for the Gunners at the moment. Seems to be him and Luiz as the partners for the centre-back option. So I don't see that drastically changing. If he's playing regularly under Emre, it's going to take something drastic for him to be sold off at this instance. Mustafi, though, is a separate beast. I'm not sure what his deal is. He's only, according to my stats, he's only played the one game. Has he been injured for the most part? I don't know. Again, I'm not a Gunner. I'm not an Arsenal fan. But Mustafi, for me, gives me a bit of a question mark. Has he been injured? If so, you know, your beggars can't be choosers. I don't think the situation that Arsenal find themselves in the table is not good. They want to be up in that top four. If there's money in it for Mustafi, I think you probably would sell him. But if he's just coming back from injury, maybe him and Holding are the answer for the centre back. So maybe you don't need to go there. So I'm going to give Mustafi the benefit of the doubt. Again, that probably irk a few Arsenal fans, but you know, I don't know his backstory, why he's only got one game. He's got good age on him, 27 years of age. He's 4 years younger than Socrates up there. And I just give him the benefit of the doubt that he might still have a good season or two left in him for Arsenal. So I'm going to keep him for the time being. Kolasinac, again, he's not really bowled everybody over with his form, but again, he seems to be the regular left back option for Arsenal at the moment. Maybe that's an area that they want to obviously they've improved on it. They have brought in Kieran Tierney, but now he's injured, going to be out for a good bunch of time. Maybe was it 3 months, something stupid like that. So Kolasinac probably is breathing a sigh. That's very distasteful, but it's probably breathing a sigh of relief. You know, you're thinking, you know what? I've just got myself another three more months here, and possibly because of that, the transfer window will close and Kolasinac will remain. Obviously, he's tight with Ozil. Ozil's a different kettle of fish, though. Next up, we have Rob Holding. He is one I've read over the forums and things like that, and the Facebooks and all that the Arsenal fans, I believe, they want to see more of him. Obviously, he hasn't got much game time. 23 years of age. Is he a former Bolton player, I believe? Yeah, he's getting to that age where he's got to either make it or break it. I think once he reaches 24, everyone's already summed him up. So this could be a good opportunity for him to come in. And you know what? If the new manager, if it is Lundberg or if it's someone else, it's a good chance for him to maybe stake a claim to be a regular centre back, whether it's him and Luiz, him and Socrates, whatever. It's a chance for Rob Holding to come in. I'm not going to get rid of him. As an Arsenal fan, I would keep a hold of him at least for another 2 or 3 seasons. See what comes of him. Reece Nielsen, youngster, 19 years of age. Are Arsenal fans sold on him? Are they convinced that he's got what it takes? I think he's one of the youngsters that's crept in there. Again, I don't see any need to get rid of him just yet. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang was to that effect. Goal scoring galore. He's got 11 goals according to my stats in 16 games. Yeah, he is a phenomenon. He is 20. He's 30 now, actually. He's been sought after. A lot of La Liga clubs sniffing around after him, but he's one of your most sellable assets, and you want to keep a hold of him. Pepe has also just arrived, so you won't want to. He ain't going anywhere. Now here we go. Here's the first casualty on my hit list. I think Mesut Ozil's The only thing that's probably keeping him there is his maybe his mentality. You know what? I think is his contract ending this season? I don't know. If it is, he'll probably try and weasel out of it and just see his contract out, getting paid and kicking his feet back up. Or he might get a change of mood and with a new manager in charge, maybe he'll suit that style and show what he's really capable of. But ultimately, I honestly think Mesut Ozil's a goner. I think he's probably going to be gone in January. I think a Turkish team is primed for him. Galatasaray, Besiktas, somebody like that to come in and take him off Arsenal's wages. It might be a very, very cheap fee. And for a player of his quality, he's still 30 years of age. He's still probably got 2 or 3 years at top level football for him, whether it is playing in the Turkish Superliga or in the Premier League or beyond. But for me, I think he's a goner. I think Ozil will be one of the big names to go this January transfer window. It might get drawn out. We'll have to wait and see. Guendouzi, very, very hot prospect. Guendouzi, 20 years of age. Again, he ain't going anywhere. He's the future midfield. He's the future midfield of Arsenal. So he's stopping right there. Torreira, though. Now, Torreira, this depending on if Arsenal could find a replacement for him, but I think Torreira could make his way to Serie A. No question, easy transition for him. I would like to put him in the sell category, and I'm going to put him there for the time being. I like him. I like him as a player. I think he's got the bit between his teeth, and he can cause all kinds of problems. But with Guendouzi occupying the it seems to be a mainstay, especially under Emery anyway. Torreira is kind of losing favourability amongst the Arsenal favourite. Mavropanos, something like that. What's his full name here? This guy could actually be let go on loan. He's a youngster. I just saw his name on the stats up here. He's like 22 years of age. Again, I've actually lined up a couple of centre-backs for Arsenal here. So I believe this fella will get loaned out. Probably a team in Europe. He's still very young. Again, he's in that holding sort of age, but I don't see him getting any game time whatsoever. He's not been getting any game time anyway because of my stats. Can't see him anywhere. So I reckon Mavropanos will be on his way out on loan. Don't worry, folks. I've got a couple of centre-backs lined up for you. Next up, we have Kieran Tierney, obviously hotly arrived from Celtic. Big future for him as well. Hopefully, he'll get well soon. 22 years of age. Just played 5 games for Arsenal before that injury. Bellerin, obviously good right back at 24 years of age. Has he been out for injury for a bunch? Is actually expected to return mid-December, so thigh injuries kept him out of late. But is he a bit injury prone? I think he is a sellable asset as well. He's very young. He can obviously easily attract attention from the top boys out in La Liga and maybe even PSG. I've got a right back lined up, but I'm going to bring him in as competition for Bellerin, not really to replace him. So Bellerin stays in. Xhaka, obviously, big falling out with the Arsenal fans. This is no question. He should leave in January. Possibly go back to the Bundesliga. I don't know who would take him. I'm sure there's suitors out there that would take him up on his own. I think I even saw a rumour linking him with Everton. Again, they need to get their managerial situation sorted out before those links can be confirmed. Martinelli's come out of nowhere, this youngster. What's his first name? I don't even know his first name. Just Martinelli. Brazilian youngster, 18 years of age, burst on the scene, again, took his opportunity in the Europa League and now getting games in the Premier League. So he's, again, a good young hot prospect for Arsenal to come on in to really push and nail down a number 1 spot. Next up, we have Martinez, backup goalkeeper Emiliano Martinez. Obviously, Bernardo is number 1. I don't see any prospects or any chance that they will look to strengthen their goalkeeping ranks. I think they're happy with that. Emil Smith Rowe, I think he's on loan. Is he on loan in Bundesliga? Well, he crept through in there, but we'll keep him anyway. I don't know if he's going to make it though. If I'm honest with you, as an Arsenal player, he might either fancy his chances playing in Bundesliga. David Luiz, I read. He's not been well received amongst Arsenal fans, but he's just arrived in the summer, so the chances of him leaving very, very soon are slim. So Put him in the keep pile for now. Cabellos arrived on loan, 22 years of age. He's played quite a few games already, got a couple of assists for his name as well. Again, on loan at the moment. I don't see him going anywhere. I don't see that loan getting cancelled. I think he will stay. Callum Chambers, obviously last season he spent on loan at Fulham. This season he's played at least 11 games, got himself a goal as well. 24 years of age. Beggars can't be choosers with your defensive options at the moment. He can also play at centre-back as well. He's a very versatile sort of player, and Chambers, I don't see him going. I think he will be there. I just, when you look at some of these players, I'm quite bemused by some of the lack of quality. We do have some really good players in there. I think Guendouzi's amazing. Pepe, Aubameyang, Bellerin's decent. Tierney could be very good as well. Ceballos. But then you look at some of the other ones, your Mustafis, your Chambers. No disrespect to these guys, but there are some. It's got some really good qualities, really immense players. But then they've got a drift, a little scattering of, mediocre players, and they need the Arsenal are an elite club. They need to be scary. When you look at the team sheet, you want to be scared shitless. I think when you look at some of especially their defensive options, besides I think Tierney could be very good, but now you got Kolasinac back in there. It doesn't intimidate me, that defence, and I'm in the Championship with Rovers. Next up we have Saka again, another youngster's come out of nowhere. Bukayo Saka, 17 years of age. He ain't going anywhere. Him and Martinelli really taking a chance as well in the Europa League to get noticed. Bernd Leno, number one goalkeeper. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think Arsenal are content with him, I'd say. Lacazette. Again, read another article saying Lacazette is falling out of favour with the Gunners. To be honest with you, I think you're quite lucky with the two strikers that you do have. I think he's got 5 goals in 10 games. It's 1 every 2. It's not too shabby with Aubameyang scoring the goals as well. You know what? I think other Premier League clubs would be biting your hand off for a striker of his quality. So no, he's staying puts. Ainsley Maitland-Niles, 7 games for him this season. 21 years of age, versatile player. Good squad player. Again, doesn't really set the place alight. Over recent years, Arsenal have produced some players through their academy that you'd expect that to be, amazing. They start amazing, burst on the scene, like your Martinelli's, like your Saka's right now, and they just don't amount to nothing. Maitland-Niles is one of those. It's like Alex Iwobi, didn't really cut the mustard, sold on to Everton, your Theo Walcotts and all that kind of stuff. They might have a good couple of games, 2 or 3 games, but the rest, it's just not eliteness. They're good. But I'd say they're more average than great. Anyway, so Maitland-Niles I think falls in that category, but I think you won't sell him this season. You might sell him in the summer, but we'll see. Okay, now we're going to look at some of the players that I've recommended for you, just in case you're listening, whether it's Lundberg, whether it is Ancelotti, whether it is Pochettino, whoever is the future manager of Arsenal. Thomas Meunier, right back of PSG. I think his contract might be running out. Don't hold me on to that one. But this guy's been looking at a move for the Premier League for a while, whether it's with Spurs, whether it's Manchester United, or whether it is with Arsenal. They have got Bellerin on the books, and I think this deal could potentially see the maybe even the exit of Bellerin in the summer, I'd say. You bring him in January, kind of get him accustomed to the place, maybe transitional sort of phase, and then next season is your first and foremost and outright right back. I think that's the potential for Meunier to come on in. Yeah, Bellerin is a decent youngster, still got time on his side, 24 years of age, but Meunier would be I think a bit of an upgrade, I'd say. It might come at a cost, but I'm going with Meunier coming on in. Next up we have Deo Upamecano, that's right, former Salzburg, now playing his football in the Bundesliga with Radensport Leipzig, who are doing bits at the top of the Bundesliga at the moment. Again, this seems to be the trend. Players come through from Salzburg, go to Leipzig, and they kick on to pastures new. Look at Mane, look at was it Firmino or something like that. There's a lot of Keita, Naby Keita. All these sort of players seem to make that transition, and this guy could be next. Obviously, Leipzig are blessed with quite a good bunch of young players, and it seems to be their forte at the moment. It's buying them young and selling them for a shit ton of money. This guy is a future French centre back for sure. And I think Arsenal would be a great place for him. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure there are other clubs sniffing around for him. But if Arsenal were to make the step up this January and bring him on in to replace the likes of whatever, David Luiz, Socrates, whatever, this guy could be leading your back line for the next 5-6 years before you sell him on for make big money anyway to Barcelona or Real Madrid. Or things may turn around for Arsenal and they may be the dominant force back out in England once again. But he's a suggestion I recommend for you to join. But if you want a bit more experience, a bit more Premier League know-how, how about Johnny Evans? Obviously doing bits with Leicester. That's the problem with that. If Leicester were maybe an 8th place club, 6th place even, or beneath Arsenal within the table, this would be a deal more likely to happen. But saying that, Leicester City are doing absolutely well. They've got really, they're in a position to haggle. They're in a position to say no. And right now, Arsenal might not look like the proposition for a player of Johnny Evans' ilk. However, he could see this because he is in his later years. He's in 30 plus. He might think this would be a good chance to make a big old cash cow move. Obviously, the transfer fee won't be as high as a Koulibaly, for example, but it would be definitely a reasonable fee, but the wages is where it will pay off for Johnny Evans. Again, formerly Manchester United, still doing bits for them. They picked him up as a bit of a bargain. You could also go for this fella, Chris Smalling, who's ripping it up out in Serie A. Who'd have thunk it? I think he's even got the captain's armband. Is that right for Roma? They're doing bits as well. The top 5, top 6 in Serie A. I think he's not regretting the move whatsoever. Have I got any more players? I have got one more at least. So Smalling could be another option. That's 3 centre-back choices for you there, Arsenal fans or just football fans. If you think they are out of those 3, who would you like to think? I think Upamecano would be the obvious choice, and then Evans, and then maybe Smalling would be an option. How about this guy though? A bit more attacking nous for you. It's a player that was linked with a move out of Crystal Palace. I think it was Arsenal as well. But Wilfried Zaha. Definitely about 75 million, that's what it'll cost you. So it might be a bit of a hefty change, but Crystal Palace are battling in the Premier League to compete to maybe finishing in the top 10, maybe higher. Roy Hodgson has them working a treat at the moment. But I think Wilfried Zaha obviously was so close. I think it was maybe Everton were sniffing around to try and bring him on in. But it could be another option for him to maybe take that option now, where he might have a whole spread of options. Everton might come back in again. Arsenal, Chelsea, all these. There's a lot of clubs linked with Zaha, but I think Arsenal would be an ideal spot for him to add an extra bit of pizzang up top when the likes of Lacazette are maybe not delivering as much as you want. But that I think is all my options for you. These are my buy, keep or sell for you. 4 outs, 5 ins. One of the outs might be on loan. Well, I wouldn't say you would take all 3 of those centre-backs. You would take at least one of them. Evans for the short term. Upamecano for the long term. Munier to add a bit more options at the right back. You might even look at a left back at the moment with Tierney out and Kolasinac really your only option. But that's my thoughts on Arsenal. I'll try and do another team tomorrow as we try to get them all through the door before the end of the season. Or the end of December, so we have a little bit of a look at it. But what do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Obviously, my knowledge on Arsenal is very, very minimal. We take a look at them every week, whether it's predicting them or what have you. But give me your thoughts and opinions about the buy, keep or sell. Who do you think we should keep, or who do you think they should keep? Who do you think they should sell? And what else? What else do you expect from Arsenal in the transfer window moving forward? But anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you give this video some love and smash that thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, the shit like this comes out every single day. So make sure you smash that subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Premier League related. I would say Arsenal, but I don't really. We talk about Arsenal every other 20th video or something like that. But hey, it's a nice hub for football stuff, just like that. Until then, I'm out of here. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.